Is it too late to pivot your career? Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified, the world's largest independent online law school platform. I'm your instructor, Shavin Bandardanayaka. There are a number of occasions, almost on a monthly basis, that I encounter a student or a potential student from all around the world contemplating that very question, whether it's too late for them to pivot or change career paths. If you like the type of content that I make on this YouTube channel, do subscribe to the Law Simplified and leave a comment below of what other types of videos you'd like to see. If you are a first, second or third year law student or a legal practitioner, I would highly recommend enrolling in the comprehensive online law school platform, complete with theory, tutorial and workshop lessons based on the actual one-on-ones that I have conducted with first-class law students globally. It can seem daunting and overwhelming at times as a person who is just about to step into a particular profession, whether it's law, it's management, whether it's medicine for that matter, to try and reconcile with yourself that you've made a choice that would last the test of time. What's quite intriguing, however, is how so many decisions in our lives change over time and how we learn things as we go that make us think of things differently and then later on do things differently as well. But some decisions, one of which being your vocation, is something that most people tend to be stuck with for the entirety of their lives. And this, I suppose, is the reason why when at some point in a career projection of an individual, you feel either bogged down, you feel tired, and you feel like there is no further challenge that the profession or the industry can muster in relation to you, that you're unsure whether it's too late to now pivot and change career paths altogether. The short answer to this question is no, it's never too late. I have students who towards the latter part of a career have decided to pivot and then not only successfully completed their law degrees and then the masters as well, but also become champion practitioners in their own jurisdictions. So the short answer is no, it's never too late. But much like any other thing in law, it's not so clear cut. It's not black and white, it's many shades of gray, so to speak. So when I do say that it's never too late, it really depends on what niche pathway in law that you want to take. Now this is different from each individual circumstance, and it's not appropriate for me to paint a single brush stroke, so to speak, in relation to every single person that might already be a mid-career professional or even someone who's at the tail end of their career to say, here's the A to Z of what you need to do in order to pivot. Rather, the niche area that might be relevant and right for you is different from someone else. But having said that, what I can actually tell you is that whatever career pathway that you are coming from, a pivot into law will absolutely require whatever skill set and knowledge that you've already amassed. What I mean by this, and I have at many occasions on this very YouTube channel, as well as the different platforms the Law Simplified is disseminated on, try to impress upon you how getting into law should not be forgetting everything else that you did, but rather to use it to amplify your skill set in a whole new area altogether. So the premise here and the main takeaway is that can you pivot your career into law, irrespective of the pathway you had chosen and what stage in that career you're in? Absolutely. But does that mean every potential avenue in law is open to you? Perhaps not. You must always consider yourself as coming in or pitching yourself at a level that perhaps another practitioner who had started from scratch has now amassed over time. So that wealth of experience and knowledge in law is not something that you can substitute for whatever profession that you're coming in. But whatever skill set and knowledge that you do have is not something that a practitioner of law may have had for those decades. That gives you a leg up on being an industry expert, on being someone that ought to be versatile, not just in the law that you've learned now, but also in the area that you are bringing into the profession and bringing to the table as well. That being said, until the next time that we speak, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.